Now that we're in the colder months, I know that there's one challenge that we all face: the winter blues. What is the winter blue? Winter blues basically, now that the weather's getting colder, daylight's getting shorter, and especially after daylight savings, we become less productive, we get tired more easily, we feel sluggish, and we're not really in the productive mood to get anything done, even if we really try. And scientifically, we crave more, carb-heavy food, which is a vicious cycle because after eating a carb-heavy meal, we start getting more tired and more sleepy and less productive, and it just goes down from there. And in some cases, we might even feel sad and depressed. And it's all, being affected by, the change in, temperature, the change in daylight. And in more severe cases, it's actually called seasonal affective disorder, which is more serious because it's actually like a seasonal depression where you go into like a very, very, very low state of mind and mood. And it's like, where you might actually need to seek out a healthcare professional. There's no shame in that. I feel like we all need some uplifting around times when we're feeling down and less productive. And sometimes we kind of beat ourselves up because, we're like, oh, we were so productive, a few months ago, and now we're just slowing down and feeling more lazy. So me, being your best girl, I did my research and my homework for you on how to beat your winter blues. And I have broken down into 3 categories. The first one is food. The second one is task and routine. And the third category is people and places. So let's start with food. So as the weather gets colder, our body naturally crave carb-heavy food. If you think about animals in the wild, they naturally eat more, bulk up for the winter because they need to store fat to survive the long winter months. So we're the same thing. Like, we are programmed in a way when the weather gets colder, we naturally crave carb-heavy food. And carb-heavy food is great. I love carbs. However, just be mindful that carbs will make you very sleepy. So if you know you have a long day ahead of you, you might want to be mindful of your carb intake. Try to fill up more on proteins and veggies. I know it's hard because our body naturally crave carbs, and carbs are so delicious. Like, if I think about the rice and the bread and the noodles and the dumplings, I love carbs. But just be mindful that carb will make you very sleepy. And so you have to plan accordingly. Like, if you're at work and you're having, just lunch break, maybe having like a bowl of pasta is not the best idea. Maybe, have a chicken sandwich or something. Just in general, I feel like filling up on protein and veggies is always a good way to help you feel full without that sluggish feeling afterwards. Especially now that it's darker and colder, like, it's really hard to combat that lazy, sluggish feeling after you eat. You just want to take a nap, knock out and take a nap. Did you know that hot cocoa is actually good for you and will boost your mood in the winter months? If you try non-Dutch cocoa powder with fortified milk, it's actually a source of carb, protein, and vitamin D. And it actually boosts your mood and your serotonin level. And what is serotonin? Serotonin, it basically is, let me get my notes here. Serotonin helps with sleep, digestion, bone health, and sexual desires. Okay. And if you're a tea drinker, indulge yourself. Try out many different kinds of tea. There's so many options out there. You can even try to, break up the routine by adding different ingredients in. For example, you can try adding milk or honey. So the second category is routine and task. It is so important that you get enough sleep every day. Like, also try to have a routine schedule of your sleep, even on weekends. Like, try to go to bed at the same time every day, and you naturally wake up around the same time every morning, and at least get 7 hours of sleep every single day. It allows time for your body to recover and rejuvenate. It's good for your skin, it's good for your mind. Sleep is very good for you, okay? So do not ever deprive yourself of your quality sleep time. Make sure the condition is slightly cold and it's comfortable and it's noise-free. Make sure that you really set yourself up to get a good night's sleep. Like, don't sleep next to a pile of laundries and, leave your radio on or leave your light on. Make sure it's dark, a little cold, comfortable, and noise-free to get a good night's rest, okay? Good night's rest is so important. We're not Like we're getting older here. Like we can't afford losing sleep. Like beauty sleep is truly a thing, okay? Like we need to prioritize our sleep, okay? And I know nobody wants to hear this, but exercising is very, very important. Like don't like, and I'm not talking about like we gotta get a good sweat, we gotta lift heavy things and put them down and like, you know, no, like we're not talking about like rigorous exercise. We're talking about like go out for a walk for 30 minutes, you know, or like walking on the treadmill for 30 minutes, or just go for a little bike, you know, or like, you know, just something very light. Ooh, bless me. Anyways, so like we're not talking about like aggressive, like high intensity exercise. We're talking about just like a light routine exercise, you know, do yoga. So obviously it's asking for too much to ask our body to exercise aggressively during colder and darker months. Like our mind and our body's not wired like that, you know? But it's very important that you do move your body. That way, you know, you're just naturally, you're in a better mood, you know, it elevates your mood, and you're, you know, you get a little sweat, which is very important because I feel like in colder months, we naturally feel like heavier and fatter, and like it becomes a vicious cycle. It's like the less you move, the fatter you feel, and the fatter you feel, the less you move. And it's just like not healthy for your mind, you know, to feel that way for like, you know, 3 winter months. It's a very negative space to get into. So like, it's always a good idea to just move around for a little bit. I'm not asking you to exercise very, you know, in high intensity volume levels or whatever, but just, you know, do a little bit here and there. It's good for your mind, body, and soul. And when it comes to tasks, give yourself simple, manageable tasks to accomplish, like making the bed, you know, putting away the dishes, you know, make sure all your dish towels are folded nicely. And by completing simple, manageable tasks, it makes you feel more productive. Naturally, it puts you in a better mood, you know, so you don't feel as sad and depressed and lazy. You know, even just small tasks can really elevate your mood and make you feel like you are being competent. But do not ever put too much on your plate and overwhelm yourself. The feeling of being productive can be highly addictive sometimes, so people pile so much onto their plate. But just be careful, because if you're one of those people who really plan heavily for your daily schedule and you have every day planned out like that, it can very easily snowball into something very unmanageable. And then you start beating yourself up over it because you're not getting things done on time the way you planned it. And that becomes a negative, vicious cycle, because you're like, you know, everything gets pushed back a little bit, and then that adds up to a lot. And yes, I know you're competent, I know you're smart, you're totally fully capable, but give yourself a break. Like, do not beat yourself up over things that you have planned to do but haven't got to. It can wait. It can wait. Nothing's ever that serious. Everybody needs a break once in a while, and I think winter season is nature's natural way to tell our body to slow down and relax and recharge before, you know, the summer and spring season comes. But, you know, society and civilization has taught us that we, you know, still gotta go to work, still gotta go to school, still gotta make a living and survive, you know. We're fighting against our body's natural urges to slow down and relax during colder, darker months. Look at what civilization has done to us. It's okay, take it slow. It's okay to get things done at a slower pace. Do not beat yourself up over it. Third category is people and places. I think it's so important that you surround yourself with the right people, because the right people can really uplift you, and at the same time, hanging out with the wrong people can really break you. Especially now that we're around the holiday season, there's so many reasons and so many excuses to get together with your favorite people. You know, invite them over, host a little party, you know, have a potluck, or, you know, go outside, try a new restaurant or something. But it's so important to surround yourself with the right people that will uplift you, that will encourage you, that will push you in the right direction. The gathering could be as big as you want or as small as you want. It could just be 2 people. Ask your best friend to go out for coffee and hang out for a little bit, just chit chat. You can host a little craft party, because, you know, around the holiday season, there's so much like crafty things you could do together. You know, just get together and hang out and have a good time. Another way is book a staycation, even if it's just like a mini one. Like, you can try to go to the local, you know, pop-up shop, because I know there's a lot of pop-up shops around the holiday season. I know where I live, there's this thing called the Christmas Village. It's basically they set up like a Christmas village in downtown somewhere, and then they have like food trucks and vendors and shops all gathering around to, just like, it's like a very festive event to attend. Try out new restaurants, go to the ice rink. Even if you don't ice skate, like watch people ice skate. Like it is so fun to watch other people ice skate. Like some of them are super impressive and some others are just super funny. Like either way, it's gonna put you in a better mood. Go to the floral shop or go to the pottery painting class. Take a little break from your routine for something fun. It's gonna uplift you and put you in a better mood. What I personally love to do is go to like Michael's or AC Moore's or any craft store because I love looking at the seasonal decors. It really elevates my mood and I just love it. Like I love looking at the colors and the decorations, and I just like, I don't even really buy anything because I don't really like to buy stuff, but just looking at them puts me in a really nice mood because I like colorful stuff. I like looking at colorful stuff. So those are my ideas to help you beat your winter blues. I hope you find it helpful, and just remember that it's natural for our body to slow down during the colder, darker months. So do not beat yourself over being less productive. It's everybody, it's not just you. Try to be more active and surround yourself with the right people. We're gonna get through this together. My name is Xiao and I'm your Bougie Minimalist. I wish you happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. I'll talk to you soon.